Alright. We'll talk to Phyllis, see if she knows anything about this. Is that a workbench? Sweet. Okay. Rifle. Egg to zap. Change the weapon. Damage to shock. A good idea. Hey, Doggo, do you know what shock damage does in this game? That's what I mean. Alright, I'm gonna go with plasma melee. Yeah, it says it can't be undone, so... Yeah, it looks like you can put new mods in to replace the old one, but can't take the old one out, I don't think.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauder's got him.
Just between us, Wilson deserted. Lost his nerve. Ran off in the thick of night.
You kidding me? Damn. Always thought he was made of sterner stuff.
I think he was plagued. Guess he didn't want to die in the sick house.
Plagued? Ah, shit. I had some of his salt tuna.
You moron.
Alright, Phyllis. Need words.
What's on your mind?
Teeth.
I paid his burial fees, didn't I? Let the dead sleep. I don't understand. I found Eugene's body. I know the guy shot himself. Wait, are you telling me he was murdered? He was plagued? Oh, law, that's awful. I helped carry his body out. I could have been infected. This is all a little too much for me to take in. But I guess if Eugene wasn't a suicide, our town won't have to pay a penalty.
It's weird how they use the word law like it's like saying like, oh god,
What's on your
it's all
mind?
law.
Foreman Granger, mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you.
Fish. Well, let me reload because the other thing about the letter went away. I don't want to talk to her about the letter.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauder's got him.
Just between us, Wilson deserted.
What's on your mind? I paid his burial fees, didn't I?
Found you a letter to Conrad.
Didn't anyone ever tell you not to go rifling through other people's correspondence?
No?
Excuse you. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein already belong to Spacer's Choice. And we're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. Never mind. I don't have to explain myself to you.
That didn't go super well. Wait, faux windows? How can a window be fake, exactly? I don't understand. I am the confused.
What's...
Alright. Ah! Alright, well... Wait. Does I... We return to silence again? I don't understand, but okay. Try it. Not the right exit, though. As I recall. Also, I feel like I should talk to the constable. That's probably gonna be a side quest or two in there, right? In the cantina?
Something I can do for you?
I guess?
Yeah?
And
Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble?
well done, apparently.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
Rude. I went out of my way for you.
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
I was hoping for something more tangible.
Huh.
Although drink's
Suppose you
pretty
earned
tangible.
it. One good turn deserves another.
Alright, constable time. Alright, gonna go talk to the constable, we're gonna go talk to people in the bar. And then we will either pursue one of those quests or the robot uprising quest, one of those.
We need something for a year.
I know how you feel.
That's a lot of yellow.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing a promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
Why would I purchase an investigation, exactly?
As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Cute.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
That's a good line. I like that.
If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice.
You should know I've never found anything in my life amusing. Okay.
Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this.
So exactly how large is the stick that you have up your butt?
Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. The bureaucracy is a noble profession, but not all of us are gifted enough to serve in it. Something to report?
Nope. See you later, you glorious conversationalist, you. Hey, Winslow, you have a name. Let's talk.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to, where am I again?
Apparently you're on the Death Star with that uniform you got on.
What? No, I'm Winslow. Lester Winslow. Says so right on my permanent record. I am in no condition to do any work. Not so long as my injuries trouble me. Yep. Got my mitt stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on Zero G Brew. After the second bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional.
Oh yeah. So generous.
Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery, but for your hair.
Sort of.
Read the latest report.
Wonder how this board game works. It reminds me of Chinese checkers, kind of.
Only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us. Cannery could use those extra hands.
Who's winning?
Nothing we can do about that.
Sure there is. We can have another Zero G.
I don't know you.
Correct.
Uh-huh. The Unreliable, you say? Never heard of any company supply ship with that particular name. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hardworking company folk here.
Mm-hmm. What's going on here that I should know about? I'm gonna charm her first. And what a fine establishment it is.
You really think so? That's kind of you. I've been trying to keep the floors clean. You got no idea how long it takes to scrub the tiles. Guess I misreckoned you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be curt. We just got some problems lately. I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those deserters. You understand.
What's this about deserters?
Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own selves.
How dare they?
Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you?
I'd just like to talk to Reed, please.
Do you now? And what makes you think Mr. Thompson wants to talk to you? He's a busy man. You want to talk to Mr. Thompson, try ignoring your duties. He'll summon you up to that great big tower atop the cannery, and you'll get yourself a proper dressing down.
You see that like it's a good thing.
It is a good thing. If you're not pulling your weight, you don't deserve to live here. Simple as that. Go ahead.
So what's your story?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
I'm not trying to judge you, I'm just curious.
You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. But I don't have a story to share. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my life. Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself.
So you had a big dream of being a scientist. What happened?
What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming? I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work. So I did the right thing and worked the life I was always meant to live. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing 0G?
Never. Asking questions is the foundation of science. The best scientists ask too many.
Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back in my head.
Too late.
Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacer's Choice put me where I belong, and for that, I am grateful.
And you really drank the Kool-Aid, didn't you?
They did. They gave me a life. Gave me a purpose. This is where I belong. What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves.
Oh, I know.
Glasses don't fill themselves either. Unless you're
Trust
in
me.
Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. Not that I'll ever find out. Not so fast. I told you about my life. Your turn to tell me about yours. So, what's your story?
I'm a dashing and handsome space captain. That's what.
That right? Prove it.
I'm an alien spirit of pure ether inhabiting a human body to learn about your kind.
Oof. You knocked your head in the cannery, didn't you? Injuries come out of everyone's pay. Says so right there in your contract. So, you want to tell me what your story really is?
Crazy scientist stranded on this planet with no way out other than a broken down ship.
Sounds as if you've been keeping questionable company. Or spinning a tale? You're right. I don't believe you. I'd advise you to keep that story unsaid. Don't want people thinking you're a loon.
Too late. What if I told you I just got shot into space by a crazy scientist?
Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum.
I wish it was a joke. Honestly, I don't even know where I am.
Most folk forget where they're standing after a few drinks. Seems to me you've got a head start. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there, and I cannot tell you which I revile more. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning.
Well, sounds like you're afraid to go outside.
Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know. People will talk. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that.
Sounds like somebody's already pondering. Well, we gotta do our jobs.
And be satisfied with our lot in life. I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our vicar.
Wonder, can you talk her into becoming a companion? Is that what that was all about? Did I just talk myself out of a companion? That would be interesting. You know, disgruntled bartender turned space adventurer. General store. check that out.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet.
Wouldn't gourmet be better than deluxe?
You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the cannery. Music to my ears.
Maxwell the Silver Hammer. I see what you did there, Obsidian. I see what you did there. I like it.
Wonder if the plague.
Oh, we got a church, eh? Interesting. How is this OSI vial? Go. Oh. Quest item. It's like enlightenment. Alright.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
I like this.
Oh, I just came to talk.
Planet
to
on a
you,
pillar of stones. That's pretty
None
cool.
of us are above confessionals.
What have you got?
Skull's a bit creepy though.
You ain't thinking of deserting, are you?
What? No.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
What sort of spiritual advice do you offer here?
They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No? How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
Is this the church of worshipping the company?
The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan. The Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson.
Not Scientology though, scientism.
You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us.
Sound like a very motivational religious philosophy. What's there to aspire to?
We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of every particle in the universe and its trajectory, we will know everything. The future, the past, each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out before us, removing struggle and bringing peace. No one will ever need question their path again. Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to Grand Architects ourselves, after a fashion.
Tell me more.
Well, First, there's the matter of the secret blood rites and animal sacrifices. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Uh-huh.
Seriously, though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years of study and contemplation.
You almost had me interested.
I've never seen you before, and there's been no paperwork indicating a transfer. Half the time it's wrong, but a new worker without paperwork? Unheard of. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal.
Sounds about right. I've met both of those people. You seem quite dismissive of the common man for a spiritual leader.
Oh, nothing could be further from the truth. I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town.
Also, I like the blue and yellow of your vestments there. It's almost vault suit-like.
Yes, but there are few who hear me in this miserable place. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here. Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. This place could be so much more, and I will continue in my quest to make it so. Mechanical tomfoolery is well out of my purview. I suggest you take such matters to Mr. Thompson in the cannery. Oh, and a word of warning. If you're considering wandering around outside the safety of the town, you'd best be cautious.
I noticed.
Marauders are about. Though if you are planning on venturing outside, I do have a proposition that may interest you.
There's a few less marauders out there now,
One of the
though.
reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Radical texts, eh? Let's get our Inquisition on.
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
Well, I'm gonna read the fuck out of it.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Who are you? Guard. Okay, never mind. Boring.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
Wait, isn't there... I don't think I've seen any other places, so... Up we go. Is this gonna be that guy with the moon for a head, or is that somebody else?
The grease
Somebody else, then.
Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The can's bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting Saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Interesting. What is this not fish you speak of?